You're listening to the Minutes on Growth podcast, the show that brings you mindfully curated insights into relationships, spirituality, personal development, and everything in between, with your host, Tannaz Hosseinpour. Hi, soul friends. It's Tannaz Hosseinpour, and welcome to another short solo episode of Minutes on Growth. This week, I want to briefly talk about a very powerful mindset shift around gossip. You might have read the podcast title, Embracing Gossip, and be thinking to yourself, how is anyone ever meant to embrace gossip? Well, I'd like to explain. A few weeks ago, after hearing some mean gossip spreading about my own personal life, my inner critic, Blair, immediately wanted to get reactive and jump into the why me narrative. But I decided to consciously pause instead. During that pause, I was quickly reminded of an extremely important spiritual concept that really helped me reframe and rethink the situation. First of all, what others think of me is none of my business. But secondly, there is a spiritual concept that says every single time we gossip or we spread a rumor, what we're ultimately doing is spreading negative energy that is going to come back to us. We reap what we sow. So gossiping doesn't hurt the other person. It just hurts us. And more importantly, the concept expands by saying that when we spread gossip and we allow negative words to come out of our mouth, what those words actually do is it cleanses the other person's negative energy. So for example, if I'm gossiping about someone and negative words leave my mouth, since energy attracts its likeness, my negative words will attract the other person's negativity and will attach to it. So now I have more negativity within me, and the person that I've gossiped about has less. So in that moment, in that intentional pause, I actually smiled. What a blessing. These people speaking badly about me is not only cleansing my negative energy, but also by doing so is making space for more light and more blessings to enter my life. So that's what the podcast title means. Rethinking the way we look at gossip and rumors. Now, before I end this episode, I want to address some common questions that tend to come up around this topic. Question 1, well, what about my reputation? Well, from a spiritual perspective, the reputation is just an illusion created by the ego. What Susie says of Sally says much more about Susie than Sally. When we feel hurt over our reputation, it's our ego feeling hurt that the narrative is no longer in control, in the ego's control, and that we're no longer perceived as perfect in the eyes of others and strangers. And we all know perfection is just another illusion. Question 2. What if I didn't have bad intentions when I gossip? Harmless gossip. There is an old story that I love sharing. One day, a man hears a rumor about someone in his town. He quickly runs over to his mentor and lets him know that he has heard something terrible about a member of the community. His mentor stops him mid-conversation and hands over a feathered pillow. He walks him outside the house and asks him to open the pillow. Suddenly, hundreds of feathers start flying in the air, each one going in different directions. In that moment, his mentor reminds him that when we open our mouth, we do not control where our words end up. They can fly into different places. So when we speak badly about someone, even if our intention isn't bad, the moment the word leaves our mouth, we cannot control where it goes or how it's perceived. The word can be manipulated to mean something different, or it can be added on to and turned into something bigger. But since we started it, the burden of it falls on us. And that's why the negativity comes back to us. Question 3, how does someone's gossip cleanse my negative energy? Well, energetically speaking, the universe is balanced. When someone sends negativity our way, the universe sends us positive ones. Since energy is never lost, just transferred, and since like attracts like, the old negative energy that was within us gets sent to the person who is emitting it to us now. So you see, soul friends, this is why shifting our mindset around gossip is so important. These small tips, when practiced regularly, significantly increase the quality of our experience of reality. And you deserve to create and have the best experience. So the next time you find out someone's been spreading rumors about you, just pause and smile. They're literally doing the hard work for you, cleansing you of all the negativity that you want to get rid of, so that you can make space for blessings to come. Remember, the moment we stop fighting something and start to embrace it instead, it loses all its power over us. And that is the ultimate inner freedom we need that would allow us to rise to our highest self. Thank you for listening. Speak soon. Thank you for joining us this week on Minutes on Growth. If you enjoyed today's episode, then make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now.